Sleek, unassuming, powerful. Can this 50K laptop power your favorite games and become a proper gaming partner?
What's up guys, Carlos here from Ungeek, and today we're taking a look at the ASUS Gaming X16. Brand new laptop from ASUS that guarantees some really powerful gaming, but at the same time offering some really awesome bang for buck.
This laptop was launched in the Philippines recently, and it has a price tag of just 50,000 pesos. While many gaming laptops are released every year, many newer models have price tags of well over 50,000. With some options even nearing the six-figure price point. The ASUS Gaming X16 is one of those laptops in the 50K PHP peso price point, and it's powered by a 13th gen Intel processor paired with an RTX 3050 graphics card. As such, it should be a promising gaming partner, especially for gacha games like Genshin Impact, or multiplayer titles like Dota.
Of course, while the specs sound good on paper, we very much want to see for ourselves just how well it can run the most popular gacha titles and competitive games.
We're also interested in trying its other features to see if it's a great daily driver, not only for play, but also for productivity. After all, if it is indeed a great gaming and work partner, the ASUS Gaming X16 should be a promising purchase for many users, right?
But before we get into the laptop's performance capabilities, let's take a look at its design.
What's interesting to note is that this new ASUS laptop essentially co-ops the VivoBook's chassis, as you can see in its logo on the cover and the bottom of the screen. As such, this does not have the aggressive gamer look of many gaming laptops. No RGB lighting and gaming lines here, just sleek, low profile, no nonsense gaming. What it lacks in RGB and aggressive gamer aesthetics, it more than makes up for in quiet sophistication. The fact that it sports a clean design makes it a good laptop to bring with you to the school or office. Not to mention that it's also a nice clean canvas to put stickers or other design elements on. Plus, it's nice that the hinge lets the laptop lie flat, which can be good for work, such as when you're sharing slides or documents with a team. Looks aside, ASUS says that this laptop meets the US MIL STD 810H military grade standard, meaning it should handle daily use and abuse with no issues. Thus, you won't have to worry about damaging this when bringing it outdoors. Still on the design front, it's also good that this laptop has a full-size keyboard, as the number pad is definitely useful if you're working with a lot of numbers. Even though it doesn't look like a gaming keyboard, the keys do feel good, as they don't feel that mushy for a membrane keyboard. Just at the bottom is a fairly large touchpad, which is also helpful in case you forget your mouse at home. On top of the keyboard, we have the laptop's large 16-inch 1920 by 1200 display that has an IPS level panel as well as a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. The aspect ratio makes it great for productivity, and it's also quite good for watching movies and shows, as the colors are quite vibrant for an IPS level screen. Plus, you won't strain your eyes while using the screen, as it has TUV Rhineland certification for low blue light emission.
Now, let's take a look at performance.
The ASUS Gaming X16 is powered by an Intel Core i5-13402H processor. For those unfamiliar, H-series Intel processors of this generation are high-performance CPUs, while the U-series chips are made for less demanding tasks. As such, you'll want an H-series processor on a laptop if you're planning to game on one. Then there's the graphics card. This specific variant has an RTX 3050 GPU with 4 gigs of VRAM. For gaming, you can opt for the game-ready drivers. But as this is also a VivoBook model, you can opt for the NVIDIA Studio driver option, especially if you're planning to use this more for content creation. The Intel 13th Gen processor plus RTX 3050 graphics card is not exactly the newest combo that you can get right now, but they should still give you enough power to run popular gacha and esports titles. even at the default 8GB RAM configuration. To start our test, let's take a look at how well it runs Genshin Impact. This may not be the newest Hoyoverse game, but it's still enjoyed by plenty of players around the world. As expected, the ASUS Gaming X16 had no issues running Genshin as it ran smoothly during our time playing the game. To be exact, the game ran smoothly at the medium graphics preset. Because of this, we expect the Gaming X16 to run other Hoyoverse titles with no problems. What's also nice is that the ASUS Gaming X16 did not run too hot. Even after playing for some time, we didn't feel that much heat on the keyboard, which is not the case with some other budget-friendly gaming laptops.
And next, an all-time classic, Dota 2.
While mobile MOBAs have overtaken Dota in popularity, it's still a game with a massive player base. And it's a game that we're still fond of. As expected, the game ran well even at the highest settings, with an average FPS of a bit over 60. We also didn't run into any annoying issues during our Dota matches. We also tried Overwatch 2 to test out its capabilities when it comes to first-person shooters. Overwatch was able to run at around 80 FPS on average, with the Ultra Graphics preset with no major issues like big dips in frame rate. Thus, this laptop is a great match for Overwatch 2.
To give you a better snapshot of its performance, here's a little look at some of its benchmarks.
These benchmarks include PC Mark 10 and 3D Mark TimeSpy for extra reference. From these results, the Gaming X16 is pretty good overall for a more entry-level gaming partner, as well as for productivity. Performance aside, we also appreciate that the laptop has a mux switch. For those unfamiliar, a mux switch enables a laptop's graphics card to connect directly to the screen, bypassing the integrated GPU, which can then be turned off while gaming. This results in lower latency as well as more efficient performance. One thing worth noting is that, as we mentioned, this laptop has 8GB of RAM. But it can be upgradable to 16 gigs, especially if you want to play more demanding AAA games.
And yes, we highly suggest that you upgrade it to that.
Aside from gaming, we also found the ASUS Gaming X16 to be a reliable performer for everyday use. Its CPU and GPU combo also make it a surprisingly good content creation partner, as you can edit photos and videos with no issues. It also helps that the laptop has a fairly fast 512GB SSD. To unlock more performance though, a RAM upgrade is again recommended. Though they should be easy as the laptop's design means it's not hard to add extra RAM for yourself. Of course, you can also opt to have extra memory installed when you buy one. Also helping it be a good daily driver is its I/O. Specifically, the laptop has 2 USB Type-A ports, 1 Type-C port, an HDMI port, and a headphone and mic combo jack. It even has a full-size SD card reader, an option that you don't see often these days, but one that's very much useful for content creation. Finally, the Gaming X16 has a wealth of security features. Aside from the usual, you also get a physical webcam shutter for extra privacy. It's interesting that ASUS is positioning the X16 as a budget gaming laptop, but after trying it ourselves, we get it. The ASUS Gaming X16 is overall a good partner for gaming on a budget, especially if most games you play are today's popular gacha and multiplayer titles. What's more, the laptop should be a reliable partner for productivity as well, not to mention that it has a sleek and sturdy design. At its price of 49,995 pesos, the ASUS Gaming X16 is definitely a laptop that's worth considering for gamers who want a new gaming partner but aren't willing to drop a 6-figure sum on a new laptop. In the Philippines, the ASUS Gaming X16 and its beefier sibling, the ASUS Gaming V16, is available with a 3-month PC Game Pass and ASUS's award-winning after-sales service, which features a 2-year international warranty and 1-year accidental warranty through ASUS and ROG concept stores and partner retailers nationwide. The laptop is also available on the ASUS PH official online store. And because good old Genshin Impact is ASUS Gaming's official game partner, buyers of the V16 and X16 get official Genshin Impact mousepads until June 15 from ASUS and ROG concept stores.
And with that, this has been Carlos from Ungeek, and just like us, along with the ASUS Gaming X16, y'all keep on gaming.